why men don't communicate, because they don't feel like they have the safe space.
Can I go first? Because I'm already going to be on the opposite side of you. I personally think, all right, I'll be honest with you. I also believe depending on where you grow up would also dictate the type of men you're around. Down south, men are a lot more lenient than up north. This is like almost a fact.
Lenient with respect to what?
Lenient and letting things go, being more nonchalant, being more, laid back. Up here, we are known to be more direct and upfront. That's what the tri-state area is known to be. This is where I grew up. I'm speaking about New Jersey. This is where I grew up, and the people that I've been around, all of them, from the ones that were my acquaintances and my friend and ones that were my friends. It's not even about not feeling that there's a safe space because of a headache. We don't even care about the headache because all of us are like, yo, this is what I want. And it's really going to be this. It's either going to be this or you're going to be not. I personally believe that right now, especially with my age group and my age bracket of women, they are more so independent that they don't care to listen, which is cool. It's respectable if that's what you want to do. So, but as in retrospect, when it's all said and done, you're going to have a domino effect of a bunch of failed relationships because you weren't listening, or maybe, well, in this case, I should say, if you have 8 failed relationships, it's 9 times out of 10 because you're not listening or you're not receptive to listening. What I believe is you are not too toxic for love, even if you have all 8 traits of being toxic that we just announced, or even more, if and only if you absolutely value love, right? Because when you value love, you will do anything to change to be in love or be with somebody that you love. The only thing that I can honestly say, and speaking for myself, I never gave a fuck about love. I never gave a fuck about getting married. I never gave a fuck about really keeping a relationship because I knew I could always have a female. It's not hard for me. So my toxic behaviors lasted so long because I didn't care for love. Until the one person that came in my life and actually gave me peace and showed me that, yo, you know what? Love is something to look forward to having. Now I took a step back. I started to realign and readjust some of my behaviors. It's a work in progress, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, now I actually value love to a certain extent where I'm willing to change because I care about love. We got a bunch of people who don't care about love, and they think that they could find love. They think that they could find love or find the same love in the next person. Yo, me and Amanda don't work out. It's okay. There's another one. And I think I'm going to get the same love over there. But realistically, you'll never get past that threshold of love until you value love enough to self-reflect and change yourself for love.
I disagree. I disagree. Now, Danny, you've been going.
Go ahead.
I disagree. Oliver, Luke, disagree. It's more than just love. Some of the points Rico said, I disagree, but I agree with some points. Here's my viewpoint. You can't be too toxic for love. You can't be too toxic even for friendship. You have to self-reflect and realize, like, yo, what is going on here? Why can't get close to this thing that I'm feeling, this thing that I want? I am too toxic. This bag is too heavy for me to carry. So until I've worked out on myself, figuratively and, physically, I can now lift these bags. I can now, get acclimated in love. But loving myself says you can't be too toxic. You can get in front of your own way for you to get to your own blessings. So yeah, you can't be too toxic for it.
But you love...
But love, it takes more than just love, right? Because everybody knows in a relationship, it's more than just love. That's good, but it takes more than to love to propel and to continue and to continue.
Yeah,
and need other moving parts. But that's it.
But
I need you to come back.
I agree with you. No, okay. I agree. That's what I was going to say. Okay. But I'm like, I agree with you, Oliver, because I feel like we had a conversation, me, Alan, we had this conversation where I don't feel like I could be loved. And they're like, why you don't feel like you deserve love? I'm like, I don't ever feel like I deserve love. And you remember we had that conversation, they're like, oh no, then you can't think like that. But that's how I've been thinking. I feel like, oh, love always hurt and I don't feel like I deserve love. So I always do my own, Yeah, and you hug me, remember? And I always say that, and that's toxic for somebody to sit there and be like, you know what? I don't feel like I deserve love. So somebody like that is very toxic. Somebody like me is very toxic.
But Danny, what are you? Okay,
no, I feel like you're just hurt.
You realize
I'm not hurt.
You realize that is your problem, right? Mm-hmm. So what are you doing? And this is what Rico was saying. What are you doing, or what are you doing, or what have you done to combat that?
Right now, what am I doing? Right now, I'm trying to trust. I don't trust nobody. Nobody that I date. Only person I trust is my family and my close friends. I don't ever trust no man that I date. So I'm trying to believe, or this man could actually love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really believe that, and I'm trying to open up to guys. Like, a man will sit there and tell me everything. I love you. I want to do this for you. I'm there for you. Let's be together. And I look at him like, in my head, it's so messed up. Or you're lying. Ain't no way you love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep having sex with you because it's fun, but I know you don't give. You know, like that's.
So what are you doing?
Well, right now I'm trying to be more open, trying to open, like, you know.
So what are you doing to
be more open with my feelings? I've been trying to be more open with my feelings, trying to trust somebody who could actually care for me instead of just me denying it. Oh, there's no way you love me.
Danny, can I tell you something?
Okay.
And this is going back to what we were saying, and this is something that they actually said is that doing things cold turkey is actually one of the most ineffective ways to be successful in overcoming that problem. Short story, right? And this is just to kind of give you an idea of doing things in increments, right? For a year and a half, I did not curse. I did not say any curse words. I started off by trying to limit myself for 10 curse words a day. Once I can complete that for 14 days, I knocked it down to 5. It took me about 2 months, and then I did not curse for about maybe 11 or 12 months after that. But it took time, and it took practice, and I didn't just say I'm not gonna curse on the next day. It's 9 times out of 10 never gonna happen that way. So just going out and saying, yo, I don't feel like I deserve to be loved, I'm gonna just try to trust you. That's not going to be, the odds are that is not gonna be effective. You have to find something that's going to make you and allow you to take that first initial step. It could be a slow step. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just dive in and think it's gonna change automatically. You're gonna end up repeating the cycle, and next thing you know it, you could be 45, 50 years old, still repeating that same cycle and just now getting it.
Well, Danny, I wanna say that I think that no one is too toxic for love. Like, I was actually kind of on the fence, like hearing Rico, hearing Oliver. I was kind of on the fence with how I felt about it, but there are people like Danny that feel like they don't deserve love because of their personality, because of their actions. And we all know Danny. Danny will sit down on this couch and be like, I'm fucked up in the head. I'm fucked up in the head. Like, she says that all the time. And to think that she doesn't deserve to be loved, that's crazy to me, because like we've all been saying, take accountability of your actions, want to change. And if that's how you feel inside, like if you want to change, if you want to like figure out, look at the steps. Look at the traits of toxicity. Like, point out what you think that you have, like what you obtain. Try to work on it. Like, you do deserve love, no matter whether you hold 2 traits on there, 4 traits, all 8. Like, you deserve love no matter what. So take accountability for how you're toxic and want to change, and look for the steps in order to do so.
And want love.
I think the point you brought up is very relatable. I think it's very relatable and it's very reasonable, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna trust him. You're not gonna just trust him. You're not, you do have to do things in incremental steps so that it becomes a habit. Because how long is it? 2 weeks to become a habit, or 14 days? Is it 14 or 21? Okay, so let's just say it's 21 days for something to become a habit.
14 days to get in shape.
You're not just gonna, like, you literally have to take it like those incremental steps. You have to take it one day at a time, because all you're gonna do, like Rico said, is end up back where you were. So I feel like really that's something that we should talk about. Like, what is a small step that you took in realizing that you're toxic, and realizing that you got fucked up ways, and realizing that you're, not the person that you wanna be? Like, what have you done incrementally to make it happen?
Danny, I actually completely understand you when you say like that feeling of you not deserving love, or like that idea of like you don't deserve love. Because I honestly feel like that is something that I just got over personally. And honestly, before all the crystals and the self journey and yoga, before all that shit, I was like breaking hearts and just like
You aware?
breaking hearts.
Yeah, just want to know.
She's saying it.
Were you
you mean?
aware of you breaking hearts?
Oh
But
yes,
where?
of course, yeah. I
Oh.
realized that it was a.
Okay, I just want to say that you. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I realized
got
I was
her
breaking
crystals now,
hearts
we're like,
because I was actively making choices that were disrespecting other people's boundaries, even if they openly told me that's what their boundary was. And it was kind of like I was trying to push that button and see how many times I could push that button until that button's not there anymore. And it was on that basis of like, can I trust you? Can I trust you? I'm gonna keep doing this and keep doing this, you know, until you kind of disappear. And it took me a very like long time to even get a grip over the fact that like, yeah, I was actively making the choice to hurt people. And it sucked. Ultimately now, I can say right now, it sucked. And I had to reach out to some of like the past people that I actually did hurt and kind
Apologize.
of, yeah, literally, I hit this dude up, one of my high school sweethearts, and I was like, yo, like, I just want to tell you, like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry because all the trauma that I instilled in myself while providing you trauma, like shit, now that we're 21, damn, trusting someone is really hard, you know, and even taking that first step. And it was to the point where like the conversation ended up really well. And he was just like, damn, like the fact that you even hit me up about this, like the old Jordan, I would have never even assumed that you were just about to talk to me about this, you know? And it really is that progression of like taking accountability, understanding that you have a problem, understanding that you have a choice to take accountability and to grow and be better.